Hello, welcome back to the Bar Gym Reviews. Today we got an interesting product that came in from UPR Tech, the Bench Bro. This is actually a benching assistant in a way. So it's a pad that grips and it velcros around the bench, but it's going to grip and hold you in place so you can specifically get the leg drive into your bench. So I'm really curious on how this looks, how it feels, how premium this is going to be. But also, I just think back to my actual commercial gym days and those really slippery benches that I used to bench on, and how much this might benefit you. So, this is a company that I just recently kind of got in touch with, and it just looked like a very interesting product. So they did send this to me for free, but of course, we're still going to review it with 100% honesty and just tell you like it is, what I like, what I don't like, and then we'll go ahead and check it out. So let's go ahead. Let's get this thing opened up, see how she performs. All right, so let's talk about the packaging. It came in a box. It was shipped to us, and it only took, 2 or 3 business days, so very quick. I do want to go through the packaging. Number one, if my camera person, my wife, can get this, the Velcro is just very fine, and it just is very satisfying. But look how well packaged this is. Obviously, it's protected by a lot of paper. It's tightly bound, tightly wound. This kind of reminds me of like opening a present, right? So obviously, I have the Bench Bro here. So we'll go ahead and unceremoniously kind of just rip this off, and we will get into the product itself. So very, very well packaged. So I really, really anticipate that this is going to be put together well, that we're not going to be free of damage or any kind of, yeah, this thing is in prime condition. So hopefully, my wife can get a nice close up. Very sticky, not like residue sticky, just a very nice feel. Man, this is awesome. So great premium feel. We'll go ahead and maybe get a larger shot here of it unrolling. And again, this thing is in pristine condition. So I did get, the gray version of this. I feel like it would just add a little bit of a pop to my black bench, my Rogue adjustable bench 3.0. Now the Rogue bench is pretty grippy, but this material feels fantastic. So we'll go ahead, we'll install this on the Rogue adjustable bench 3.0. We'll give it a test drive, and we'll see if it can add to my PR bench. So I got a bench day coming up today, so we're gonna go ahead and test this thing out and just see if it does what it claims to do, which is add more to my leg drive, ultimately adding more to my bench. So the Bench Bro from the UPR Tech company is one of those, why didn't I think of it any sooner? How did I not come up with this kind of product? It's a thin, lightweight pad with, honestly, it's only a few millimeters thick, made with a textured non-slip surface that grips to your shirt or your skin. It doesn't slide during setup. This is not a thick cushion. Does not really change the feel or the height of your bench. It literally just gives you that sticky feeling. I know there's benching shirts that add that as well, but this is just a way to just put this on and travel with you. So it does have a high-end feel that maybe a grippier bench might, and it works with most flat and adjustable benches, and it just lays on top, straps on in, and you're ready to press. All right, so let's talk performance. So this is where I think this makes the most sense. So I know this is a home gym review channel, but if you've ever trained in a commercial gym, you know the struggle. That shiny vinyl bench that, well, it just feels like it's been oiled down, or an ice rink. And honestly, you just need to dry, you got to keep it constantly dry. And it's just really difficult to get that scapula locked in. And honestly focus on that leg drive for a max bench. So with the bench bro, that kind of changes. As soon as you lie down, it definitely sticks. It definitely helps. If you want to get that nice arch, retract your scapula and dig in your traps, it really helps you keep that full tension throughout the press. And honestly, it claims to make your bench max higher and better. I will say I benched about the same. However, for my setup, I have the Rogue adjustable bench 3.0, and that pad is already pretty grippy. So the 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 difference was maybe just a little bit. I will say the material is very grippy, and it does. I would say it's slightly grippier than the bench I already have on my Rogue adjustable bench 3.0. But I've been to commercial gyms. I've lifted on those slippery bench pads, and I would definitely say this is a huge improvement on the texture for that kind of service and would definitely help your performance while benching. So here's the key point here. If you already have a grippy bench at home, maybe you have one of the Rogue benches, maybe you really enjoy that grippiness from the rep benches, or Thompson fat pad. Maybe this doesn't make a noticeable difference. But if you are that commercial space user, honestly, this is a really portable, consistent product that you can use. It can fit in a gym bag and it just keeps you locked in. And honestly, it's something that you can kind of travel with. And if you only bench once a week, but let's be honest, we're benching more than once a week. You can bring it with you just those few times. It's an easy way to rotate this into your gym bag and rotate it into your training. Now, if you made the mistake of buying a bench that's really slippery, or maybe you bought it secondhand from a commercial gym or on Facebook Marketplace, this is a great addition for pennies on the dollar when it comes to buying a full set bench, right? If you already have a bench, this is a great way to just have a small upgrade for the fraction of the price. All right, so some pros and cons here. Starting with the pros, it obviously has an excellent grip and eliminates slipping. It is super thin as well and doesn't really change the height or the feel of your existing bench. It is, for the most part, easy to clean, but also very easy to transport, and honestly just looks really clean when it's packaged. It works on nearly any bench, just because you can kind of maneuver it how you want and you just Velcro it around. And it's honestly just a great solution for commercial or maybe multi-gym lifters, or if you just bought your bench that's slippery secondhand. Now, of course, no product is perfect. There's not much benefit to this if you already have a grippy bench pad. It just doesn't add that much to the space. You have to remember to bring it to the gym if you are going to use it in a commercial space. And for some, this might seem kind of like a gimmick, but at the end of the day, for $50, that price might feel high for some, but it does its job and it does its job perfectly if you need more grip on your bench. So at around $50, now you can get a discount code at the Bar Gym Reviews. I'll have that in the description. So if you want to use a discount code, you can. But overall, I just think there's more pros than there are cons. I don't think this is a full gimmick. Now, the members of the UPR tech company, it sounds like it's a very small company, maybe just even one single person, the person that reached out to me on Instagram. And I just really think that they have a lot of potential with this material to also use it for other applications as well. So I know it's a huge thing right now to use this as, to use something like this. Maybe if you use this material, maybe I'll play around with it at some point in time if I do a deeper dive on this, if you guys are interested. But using this to put it in between, like lay it this way and put it on the bench behind you, and then get that extra scapula retraction and just get a better feel and a deeper stretch on your bench. I know there's many other products out there like that, and I feel like this material, if you could get this material around something like a block or some sort of cylinder, or even just roll this up maybe somehow, you could get a nice deep range of motion. So not only are you working on PR setting with leg drive, but now you're working on hypertrophy. So they do have some other products. The Bench Bro, there are other products in there as well. Basically, just shorter versions that might fit different, lengths of bench. And also, there's one that's kind of like a mini. I can't remember the name off the top of my head, but I'll put it on screen. That just locks the upper body, just the shoulders for that leg drop. So different price points there as well. But honestly, pros and cons, there's just more pros to this and potential for other products. All right, so the final verdict here, the UPR Tech Bench Bro isn't trying to reinvent the wheel. It's not trying to reinvent your bench press. It's just solving a problem that, people that have tried to seriously max and PR have dealt with. If you have that slick surface, this is hands down one of the best small investments and cheap investments at the end of the day that I feel like you can make. It's simple, it works, it instantly improves your setup and the consistency of your setup. And for home gym owners that have already grippy benches, yeah, maybe you don't need this, but for you commercial lifters, secondhand lifters, or if you just bought a cheap bench that is slick, this is kind of a no-brainer to add that grippiness to your setup. All right, so let me know in the comments what you think. Would you actually carry your own bench pad, the Bench Bro? Would you carry it to your gym? Let me know in the comments. Tell me what kind of bench setup you're using right now and what bench pad maybe you think is even the best. So if you enjoyed this breakdown, this initial review, make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you subscribe for more home gym reviews and check out my other videos that are on my channel. So please do all the things like, comment, subscribe. We're closely getting to 2,000 subscribers. So over 70% of you currently watching my videos are not subscribed. So please do that. And we'll see you guys next time.